In this video, we're going to describe a heuristic for identifying research topics for a design challenge. A heuristic is an approach to solving problems that is sufficiently useful. A heuristic is like a mental shortcut. This heuristic is presented as a diagram or map to help you identify what to research. Following this approach should enable you to research the problem space and help you learn about your problem and its context. By context, we mean the plethora of information relevant to your problem. In other words, this heuristic should help you identify the most important areas for research in the second step of the engineering design process. To understand the problem and its context, we recommend a heuristic that breaks the problem space down to 4 areas, including relevant background information, existing solutions, topics that govern the problem, and the business perspective. The diagram or map shown here is a heuristic that organizes the research into 4 quadrants. You can see the 4 areas that I just mentioned, including background, existing solutions, topics that govern the problem, and business perspectives. When describing the basic background of your problem, you should include relevant terminology and definitions, domain basics, the history of your problem, a breakdown of your problem, the physical principles governing the problem, and the user persona. Let's explain some of these in more detail. Domain basics include the relevant definitions, terminology, and diagrams. The physical principles governing the problem includes such things as known relationships, engineering fundamentals, equations, laws of physics, and graphs. It is often helpful to create a user persona. The user persona is a description of a typical user of your product. You would define who is a user, what is their age, gender, occupation, but most importantly, what are their needs. In the second quadrant, you conduct an exploration of solutions. First, are there existing solutions or historical solutions to your problem? Are there similar problems with the same solution or similar solutions to the same problem? Are there different solutions to similar problems or analogous solutions to your problem? In your exploration of existing solutions, you might identify a lack of a solution to your problem or limitations with existing solutions. Why isn't there a solution already? Are there any voids or gaps with existing products that don't quite meet your problem's needs? Are there problems with existing solutions? Why is a custom solution necessary versus using something off the shelf? It is important to consider what governs your design problem. For example, are there any standards or regulations that need to be applied? The fourth quadrant considers the business perspective. For your design problem, what business model are you going to use? What is the cost of your final product? What are the manufacturing considerations and sales strategies? And finally, you should research patents on relevant products. In this video, we have bombarded you with sample questions, many which need to be asked and answered for your design challenge. There's an upcoming video in which we apply this heuristic of the problem space to the example of the water bottle. Completing research in the areas of background knowledge, existing solutions, topics that govern the problem, and business perspectives are critical. As I close this video, I want to recognize that all this research may feel overwhelming. I have a few tips to get started. First, think about how the keywords in each of the 4 quadrants apply to your project. You can jot down keywords, phrases, or topics that need research in the 4 quadrants. Don't worry if you don't know which quadrant or box an idea belongs in. Just write it down. This list of ideas is a need-to-know list. From this list, you and your team can split up the learning and research goals. With sufficient research completed, your team will be on a great path toward completing your design challenge.